smiley faces. I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe, staying indoors. So I've just done a quick video just to let you know what I'd like you to do in each of the core areas of learning, please, for this week. As you'll know from Mrs. Pickup's letter, our topics are all going to be based around the same subject for all year groups across school. So for this week, the week beginning the 4th of May, our topic is VE Day. So for maths, we'd like you to use some objects. So you might use some toys, some Lego pieces, you might use some Duplo blocks, some building blocks, some beads or something that you've got, or to use items of food if you want to eat it afterwards, such as orange segments, raisins, pieces of cereal, whatever you can think of, and grab a handful and pop it onto a plate. And then I'd like you to share out whatever you've got on your plate, please, between you and one other person. So it might be mummy or daddy, it might be a brother or sister, or it might be a teddy. And then I want you to look how many you've each got. So remember how many the total was before you shared them out. And then I want you to look how many you've each got once you've shared them out. And that will give you half, because you've got half each. And this will help you, if you do it more and more through the week, this will help you to be able to recognise halves of numbers. As an extension to that, if you get really good at that and you're getting to know all of your halves, I would like your adult, please, to give you an odd number of food or objects and see what would happen if you needed to halve the odd number of objects. With your reading, you might have some books at home about VE Day, about the war. If you have, brilliant. If not, if you can ask an adult to help you to find some information about VE Day online, ask them to read it to you, and then ask them to ask you some questions. So you've got to listen really carefully to the information that you're listening to and answer some questions about what you've learned about afterwards. I'd also like you to, you've all got lots of books assigned to you on Phonics Book, so I'd like you to choose 2 books. Don't just read them once, read them a few times so you get to know them really, really well throughout the week, and ask your adults to ask you questions about your Phonics Book books as well, please. And then in your writing, I thought you could write a postcard to a family member about VE Day. So you might write about how, if your family are celebrating the VE Day anniversary this year, you might write about how you're doing that. So some people are decorating their houses, having little garden parties, fingers crossed the weather will be nice enough for us, putting flags outside, putting bunting up. So you can imagine that it's either 1945, if you want to imagine that you're alive all those years ago during the war, or you can write it how you're celebrating it this year. And then on the back, you might want to draw a picture of your celebrations as well. And then finally for spelling, again, no pressure for any of this, but have a go at spelling some of the tricky words that were on the sheets that I've put out over the last couple of weeks, or your gingerbread words, the gingerbread words that you've got at home. Obviously, keep on practicing reading them, and then if you can, practice writing them. Perhaps you could have little spelling tests of maybe 5 words a week. And keep on having fun. There's obviously other activities as well, more creative activities on the other part of the website. So any questions, get in touch and keep on having fun and enjoy. And take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.